Hello, welcome. Happy Saturday of April the 13th of 2024. Welcome. This is a reading for how it's going to be very interesting of how it goes. I know that, this is a reading for Aries, and I'll tell you, believe in yourself, Moon and Aries, courage. Now, this is the thing that I'm going to tell you all. Okay, now do you get the funny feeling in your stomach, or where you get a funny feeling in your own way, and then your gut is saying that you have to tell this reading about? Well, Aries, you need to trust your gut feelings. Now, that's how my gut feeling was saying a couple of days ago. I have no idea why. But this is going to be interesting of how it is. Now, this is not going to be a fear factor. This is not how it's going to go. But you have to remember that you have to believe in what you're going to say. Yes, there are times where we get our own weaknesses and strengths and abilities and know what's going to happen. And this is a very process of to acknowledge that. You have to see it in order to believe it. If you think that everything is all fine and graceful and whatever, you have to remember that this is a wonderful feeling to understand about how it goes, because you have to you have to remember that you have to believe on what's happening, because I always say this in my videos, it's like seeing is believing, believing is seeing, okay? And you have to acknowledge that, because this is a fine lining of how it's going to go, because you have to see that, right? Because you see it as a wonderful feeling. You know from the ins and outs, you know how it is. But Aries, this is what my gut was saying, is trust your own feelings. Like, if you have instincts, you go ahead, right? So, you know what, Aries? This is a reading for you, and I hope that you will acknowledge that. I will clarify with all the tarot cards what's happening, and this is how it seems to be. So give it a like, give it a comment. Understand about that, because this is how it's gonna be, and this is how it seems to be. Okay, so let's get going. So Aries, this is a reading that you have. You have the Seven of Earth, seeds well planted. Yeah, the Five of Earth is, fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. So there are things that you're trying to consider. The other Nine of Water is emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative, falling in love, or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions and invitation to a social event. And then you have the Nine of Air is expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. And then the Empress is Archangel Gabriel is lavishing abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. Like, this is how it's going to be, right? This is a very complex reading, and everything is going to be all together, right? So you have to figure this out. um, but this is a good reading so far. So I'll see what's gonna happen. Um, I'm just going to clarify, because I know that this might be not a long reading, but I'm just going to tell you what's gonna happen. Okay? I want to clarify. So you have the Eight of Wands that's reversed. Okay, so basically you're not traveling. Okay. Um, you have, wow, the Hangman that's reversed. Yeah, see, right? So you understand that perfectly well. I don't know why that you haven't seen the cards yet, but I'm just gonna move it right here. There we go. So you can see it, right? Um, you have the Ace of Swords is upright because you have a new beginning. That's interesting. You had the Four of Wands is upright. Okay, that's interesting. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so Two Pentacles is like maybe like a fear based where you're balancing two things at once. That could be interesting. But there is a way that you're trying to consider, okay? Because the Eight of Wands is reversed and the Hangman that's reversed. You don't have restrictions right now, but you're going to try to trust your instincts, okay? Because this is how it is, right? So I want to clarify that card. So let's see. Okay, so you have the Ten of Pentacles upright as well. Okay, so you are you're going to have money on your situation. Your magician is skill. Yeah, see, you have skill and money at the same time. Now, this is an awesome reading so far, Aries. So I can remember that this is a very, you know, way of how it is. Okay, so I'm kind of getting somewhere with that. Let's see how that is going. Okay, so you have the Temperance, that's reversed. Okay, all right. What's else about that card, please? The Ten of Wands, that's reversed. Okay, so you're not feeling any burdens. Okay, so there's something that's very encourageable, something that would be very uh, reflecting of your own emotions, right? What's else about that card, please? Okay, the Empress that's reversed. Okay, so you're not going to get yourself pregnant. I can tell that, but you're trying to trust your own gut feelings, right? Because this is how it is. Because in that note, if you're going to trust your own gut feelings, you're going to do that, right? Now, in that aspect, everything can be all great, all dandy, what have you, fine. But you have to remember to believe in yourself. Take it as almost like a grain of salt rather than grain of pepper. You know what I mean, right? But try to figure that out because this is like humor in some way, right? Because if this might happen to whoever you are in this reading and you enjoy this, you have to remember that this is a very interesting way. This is not sticks and stones that break my bones. No, 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 no. But you can understand of how everything is going to be all smoothed together. It's the way of how you can be creative and understand that because this is a very enjoyable situation of how it goes. You know, you have to know exactly how it is from start, middle, and end, just like a story, right? And you see it as how it is, right? Because in that note, this has to be all professional, you know, professional skill, whatever you do, because you trust your own instincts, you trust your own gut feelings, you know. This is how it is, right? Because you see this as a wonderful feeling, right? So now I'm going to clarify. I'm going to clarify that Empress card, and I want to see what that card is. Yeah, the Four of Wands is upright. Is celebration. Okay, so you're celebrating about something here. Now, celebration is a wonderful feeling. Now you have the Four of Wands here, right? Is upright. You have the Four of Wands here. Okay, so they're both are celebration. That's very interesting. Okay, so it's that simple as that. Okay. Now, is there a reflection of that? Is there a reflection? What's up about that card, please? Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles, that's reversed. Okay, so you don't have a new beginning because you already have a beginning. You're not going to have an ending. Okay, so I'm kind of getting somewhere in this whole entire reading. What's opposite about that card, please? The Queen of Coins. Is that right? Okay, so you could be dealing with Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Maybe. So there's something that's in between. Something that's in between. What's opposite about that card, please? Okay, the Four of Cups, that's reversed. Okay. Something has to be more complex. And Three of Swords reversed. Okay, so you're not going to get your heart broken because you're trusting your own instincts that you're celebration of something. Okay. So you have skill, you have money. Okay. I could see it now. I could see it how everything is all processed. Yeah. Interesting. Let's talk about that card, please. Four of Cups is distraction. Ah, so you're getting yourself distracted. Oh, 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 I'm laughing now. Oh, you're getting yourself distracted from a celebration. Oh, Aries. Oh, this is the best reading that I ever known. And you just took the words out of my mouth. Like, oh my lord. You could do whatever you decide to do is just put yourself into perspective. Like, I'm going to take my sip with my lemonade. Uh, it's very good. But my word, like really, like wow, like that's really interesting of how this goes. Wow, we're almost done with this reading, but you see it now, right? So now you have a distraction. You have skill, you have money, you're having a celebration, you're balancing two things at once. I can see it. I can see it how this reading is going to go because if I'm going to get the oracle cards in here, I will. Because the first oracle card that you will see is close encounters. So you could have a close encounters between, it could be a man or woman, it could be where you were celebrating something and there was something that was messed up. There are things that you're trying to consider, right? And about this coyote that you're going to see is learn from your mistakes. You might probably have your learn mistakes because there are things that you're trying to consider. And you have that play by play situation where yes, you're going to know what's going to happen, but you have to trust your own instincts. You have to know exactly what's going to happen because things are going to try to shift as they go along, right? Because as a matter of fact, that this is a wonderful feeling, Aries, that this is a very interesting, complex reading because everything has to go together, right? So if you think that everything seems to be fine, dandy, what have you see it as a wonderful picture. And this is a wonderful picture. Like, congratulations, I'm happy for you. But you have to remember that this is almost like a give and take situation. I'm giving you the information, you just have to take it, you know? And this is how it's going to be interesting of how it goes. So, this is what's going to happen because this is how it seems to be. Now, I'm going to give you the way of how the dice are, and I want to see how that's going to go because I want to see what's going to happen and what's going to happen into your, if it's numerology, if it's your birth name, if well, you know what I mean. If it's your birthday, whatever it is, right? Months. So this is kind of be interesting of how it goes. So let's see. So you have a threes and a five. Okay, so 5 and 3 makes 8, and 8, 11. So you have the 11th month of the 11th day of the 11th hour. It could be November 11th. You could be November the 8th, as in, it could be Scorpio. Um, it could be May, so May 5th. Uh, it could be any of those months that's going to come up. It could be March, uh, March 3rd, March 6th. It could be, if you do May, it could be June. So like June 6th, June 3rd, um, June 5th, June 8th, or June 11th, as in all these, because it could be that you could be celebration of something that's going to happen. You could have close encounters, that there was something that was going on and you have learned your mistakes. So, you have that ability to understand what's going to happen, and you see it as a wonderful feeling, and you get to that chance. So before I let you all go, pay attention to understand about this reading, because if you understand what's going to happen, trust your own instincts, trust about how everything is going to be, light up, enjoy of how it is, right? So this is how it seems to be. So before I let you go, pay attention to understand what's going to happen, because Aries, there are things that you're trying to consider, and there are things that you're trying to learn, because there are 5 W's I'm going to tell you: is who, what, where, when, why, and sometimes how in that situation, right? So you get to improve yourself to do this as long as it needs to. So give it a like, give it a comment, and understand about how it is, okay? Because this is how it's going to be, and I hope it's going to satisfying you and everything else. And this is how it's going to be, because, in other words, this is very satisfying, guaranteed, and, you know, this is what's going to happen, okay? So figure it out, know what's going to happen, and this is how it seems to be. So I hope everyone's gonna have a good day. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Have a good day, and bye for now. Really, bye for now. Thank you. Bye.